This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Now, do you remember this guitar? This is the Glary Telecaster copy that was very generously donated by a chap called Andy, who's a viewer of this channel. And the idea was that I was basically going to do a video on it, maybe do a couple of upgrades and then pass the guitar on to Zoe's place for them to auction off and raise a bit of cash. But I thought, you know what, I really fancy hanging on to this guitar and doing a few mods and tweaks and basically turning it into a bit of a project. So what I did was I basically gave Zoe's place some money as well. Essentially, I gave them the brand new price of one of these guitars, which is probably more than certainly more than they would have got for it putting it up on eBay as a used guitar. And then you chaps all pitched in as well a few weeks ago on the live stream in the super chat, and all in all, we were able to send 160 quid to Zoe's place, which is a damn sight more than they would have got for this guitar on eBay. Let's be honest. So, thank you everyone for pitching in. That's made a big difference to a very worthy cause. Anyway, onto the guitar. We've already swapped out the pickups. The original kind of ceramic cheap pickups that were in were okay. They did the job, but they weren't particularly inspiring. So I swapped them out for some Vanson, cheap and cheerful pickups. Vanson pickups look really, really good, I've always found. A set of their Alnico vintage Telecaster pickup replacements, and that made a big difference to the tone. And the question we're asking today is, do bridge saddles make a big difference to the tone? The guitar turned up with these kind of bridge saddles, you know, just cheap pot metal things that again did the job, but you know, weren't exactly, you know, inspiring confidence. So I've swapped them out for these. This is a set of brass saddles made by Wilkinson, and even if they make absolutely no difference at all to the tone, you can see that these saddles are compensated, which means that the intonation can be set a lot more accurately. So it's a worthwhile upgrade, whether or not it makes a difference to the tone. Anyway, what we're going to do now is take a listen to the two sets of saddles, side by side. I've tried to keep all of the variables consistent here. I was using the same settings when I was recording this preset in Positive Grid Bias Amp 2. I measured the action before I took the old saddles off and set the new saddles to the same action, and I haven't messed with the pickup height either. That's the same. So the only variable that is, you know, kind of beyond my control really is, you know, how hard and how, you know, kind of how much force, how much velocity I'm playing with when I'm testing them out. And I thought always round to try and kind of figure this out, I thought about maybe rigging up a set of luggage scales to the ceiling and then putting a band around my wrist and measuring the force I was playing with, and all very Heath Robinson, Wallace and Gromit, but it didn't work out. So what I did instead was I played with three different velocity levels, you know, a really kind of soft fingerstyle part, then a little bit of chunky palm muted power chord sort of stuff, and then some really thranging open chords just to kind of, you know, play with the maximum velocity. So hopefully across those three velocity ranges, any differences between the saddles will be apparent. So without further ado, let's have a listen. So what do you think? Is there any difference between the saddles, the original pot metal ones and the new Wilkinson brass ones? I got to tell you, I think I can hear a slight difference in the tone, but it would be just as easy, I think, to recreate that difference by tweaking the tone controls on whatever amp or whatever you plugged into. So I'm not convinced it makes a massive difference, but it does make a difference. But as I say, the compensated saddles, there you can see them there, it makes for better intonation anyway, so it's a worthwhile upgrade, and they were about 10 quid. I'll leave a link to where I got them from down in the description. I bought them with my own money. I'm not sponsored in any way, there's no kind of business relationship between me and Wilkinson going on here, so this is just an honest appraisal of whether or not they make a difference. And well, you've heard, draw your own conclusions. Let me know in the comments if you think these saddles have made a difference to the tone of this guitar, and whether or not you think it was 10 quid or thereabouts well spent. I think it is, because as I say, the intonation issue. And that is pretty much it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video and found it reasonably informative, and if you have, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not give me a like while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream tomorrow, Friday, 5 PM UK time, where we sit and have a beer and talk about all things guitar and music related. Great way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.